directly on Loud House. I wanted you to be the first to hear about our next case.
A new case?
It involves a missing child.
A missing child?
Unfortunately, yes. This case has been left unsolved for over 10 years.
Lincoln. Sounds familiar. It reminds me of the time I was informed of an incident at Roga City Park. There was a kid mentioned in those recordings named Lincoln.
Wait, you saw a child named Lincoln?
Wait, you lost your son on the 30th of March.
Why yes. Someone went in and kidnapped him while I was recovering.
Why do you ask, young lady?
Lynn, is all good?
Oh, yeah, Lincoln, I am just fine.
Are you sure, young lady? You looked horrified about something.
Mr. Really, I'm okay, don't worry about it.
Are you talking about the night when I was hit by the rock?
Yes, exactly. So, that was you in the footage that got hit by that 1620 rock. So young man, who exactly was the little girl that threw the rock at you, and who was the other child that was present at night?
Well, it went like this. I was waiting for Lori to come and talk to me that night in Roga City Park. Only instead of Lori showing up, my then girlfriend Ronnie Ann came instead, and tried to lie about Lori not being my sister, and how my 10 sisters, which are really not my blood by the way, so I don't refer to them as sisters anymore. Don't get it twisted, I am not saying that to be mean as it is not their fault, it's just that I am saying that because I feel very weird referring to them as sisters now knowing that they never were.
I understand, so that was the name of the girl that threw the rock at you. Ronnie Ann. Are you still together with her now, and is she still here in Roga?
Mostly ex-girlfriend, sir. I want nothing more to do with her. She is a psychotic. As for her being in Roga, no she isn't. I heard from Lori that she was sent back home to Great Lakes City by her brother Bobby Santiago.
Wait, did you say Bobby Santiago? That is the same teenager who came to me and saw the footage in my office, and also, who is Lori? Was she the teenager that was fighting Ronnie Ann in the footage as well?
So that's how he found out. And as for Lori, she is my guardian right now, and yes, to answer your previous question, sir, she was the teenager who fought Ronnie Ann after she threw that 1620 rock at my head, and the other one who was present was my best friend, who goes by the name Clyde McBride.
Sir, I have some news on the case. I believe I might have cracked it, as I know who was the child. I am on my way to the station now with my reports. See you there.
Incredible. How were you able to crack it so quickly, Matthew?
I got the info from the child himself, Lincoln Lord, who happened to be in my park at the right place at the right time.
So basically, we were able to connect a hospital robbery that occurred to the same night of Lincoln's disappearance, and we found they occurred at the same time and same place.
What? A robbery? At a hospital? Tell me more.
So, basically, on the night of March 30, 2009, 3 armed affiliates robbed Maple Tree Hospital, taking $350,000 in cash, and from what we found, they also took a baby boy. After further investigation, we found out that the boy was named Lincoln, and matched the same description as the boy who went missing the same day.
We also looked over security camera footage, and we uncovered that those 3 affiliates were hired by 2 individuals, whom were identified as Rita and Lynn Loud Sr.
What? I can't believe they would rob a hospital and kidnap a baby boy for themselves. What a bunch of bastards.
Listen, I understand your anger, but that doesn't matter now. What matters is what happened to him, and how he ended up here. All we need to do now is to find out where Ms. Lori Loud is, and use her as a lead to help gather more information.
Wait. I know where Lori is. She lives in Onkwood Boulevard.
Wait. She lives in your neighborhood?
Yes. I've seen her with the kid before at her house. She lives on 1991 Everman Street.
By the way, you are now Lynn. This kiss is the reason girls are not allowed around Lincoln. Lynn, I know what you are feeling. You are scared. You think that if you tell Lincoln about that accidental kiss back in our show, he will want nothing to do with you. But hiding from that accident isn't the answer either. It's time to stop running, Lynn. Please, Lynn, I'm actually telling you as your true blood sister. You need to tell him this. You have to tell Lincoln.
Can I help you, officers?
Yeah, what seems to be the problem?
Oh, we have a big problem here, kid.
Mrs. Loud?
That's right.
My name is Matthew Everson of the Roga City Police Department. I regret that I must ask both you and your friend over there to come with us to the Roga City station for questioning.
Hey, wait a minute. I know you. You're the park officer that I went to a couple of days ago.
Glad you still remember me. Maybe it might help in your future.
In my future? What is that supposed to mean?
Hey, back away, boy. I carry a gun.
Good for you.
Alright kid, let's go. We got a few questions for both you and your friend.
Boyfriend, actually.
But I don't understand. Why are both Bobby and I being forced to answer questions? Bobby and I never did anything wrong.
Oh, is this so? Is the name Lincoln ring a bell to you, young lady?
And now episode 19, Ramifications.
What does my adopted brother have to do with any of this?
I think you can answer that yourself, lady.
What on earth are you talking about? I know nothing.
That is still to be determined by the proper authorities, not by some 18-year-old teenager.
Officer, with respect, my girlfriend really doesn't know anything, so questioning her isn't going to get you anywhere. Besides, we don't even know why you guys are even here. And yes, we know Lincoln is under the signature of both Rita and Lynn Loud Sr., but give us more time and we will correct that problem and put Lori's name on it instead. We are still trying to raise money for lawyers.
So you are admitting it then?
Admitting what?
Article 2784, illegally handling a child that is no longer in your custody.
Maybe I should have kept quiet.
Nah, you think.
But officer, he is still under the signature of my parents. I can give you the adoption papers right now.
Fine, go get the papers, and while you're at it, Lincoln's birth certificate.
Why do you want his birth certificate for? Isn't the adoption papers enough evidence?
Hey, watch your tone, young lady, or there will be consequences. Don't make me pull out my taser, because I will.
Hey, don't talk to my girlfriend like that.
Shut it, boy, unless you want a taste of this. You two are in no position to throw tantrums right now.
Alright, stop. I'll get the adoption papers and birth certificate and come quietly, if you don't tase him.
Good answer. Now go and get them, and let's go.
Yes, sir. Just at least can I have permission to have my siblings at least be babysat while I am gone?
Permission granted.
Be quick. The sooner you get this done, the better.
Right. Bobby, go with them. I'll meet you in the station.
Right, Lori?
Right, kid, let's go.
I'll be back with everything.
Lori, is everything alright?
Lori, are you okay?
What's wrong, Lori? Why aren't you answering anyone?
Walk with me, Luna and Leni. Could you join, please?
Sure, Lori. Come on, Leni.
Okay, Luna.
Alright, things are getting tense.
This is more scarier than the day Lori found out that Lincoln was adopted. Lori, what is going on? What is this all about?
Lori, please, just be honest with us. What is happening?
I'm being brought in for questioning by the police girls, so I brought you two here, because I want you to look after everyone while I am gone.
Brought in for questioning. What for?
I'm scared.
It's about Lincoln. I don't know what is going on, but I think it might have something to do with Mom and Dad's names being on the adoption paper and not me.
But Lori, that wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Why would the police be here over a silly thing like that?
I don't know, girls, but I don't have a lot of time. I gotta get Lincoln's birth certificate and adoption papers from the secret room. But I wanted to tell you two something before I go. If anything should happen to me, I know that I can trust you two to raise the others in my place. Leni, you are not that intelligent, but your heart is in the right place, and you have proven yourself to be just as maternal as I am. And Luna, you have the potential to protect the others and guide Leni in the right direction, while also maintaining the role of mother. I just know you two would be perfect to take over in my place if anything were to happen to me.
This isn't fair. You didn't do anything wrong.
And I can't believe that Mom and Dad didn't even bother to tell us either about Lincoln being adopted. If they did, you could have transferred your name onto the papers through court months ago and none of this would have happened.
Agreed. Mom and Dad left all of us in a rot. But don't worry, I am going to see if I can get police permission and aid to try and get my name on the adoption papers. But if I fail, and I get arrested, I need you two to promise me that you will take care of everyone, please.
Don't worry, Lori. I promise you, if things should go south, we would raise our sisters in Lincoln like our own.
Me too. I promise to take care of them too. I will destroy anyone who tries to take them from me.
I have no doubt you will, Leni. And it looks like you have gotten used to the emotion of anger. I am so proud of that. Thank you, girls, this means so much to me. Now I must go. Take good care of everyone.
Oh, we will, Lori. Good luck.
All right, I got the birth certificate and adoption papers. They are located in this gray folder. This is where I found them a couple of days ago.
Very good. Now let's go.
Alright boy, let's go.
Just out of curiosity, why are you wearing a helmet over your face?
That's classified information, boy, one that could lead up to 10 years, so let's be smart and not ask that again, shall we? Now let's go.
Alright Lori, follow us, and if you cooperate, things might turn out well for you, but if you lie to us, then it will turn into hell on earth. Are we clear?
Yes, officer.
Good, now come on.
And as you can see here, these two initial reports that were just taken by Officer William Hale just about 20 minutes ago, both reveal more information on the March 30th kidnapping.
That is not the only thing I discovered, sir. I just found out that there was a trace of fraudulent documents that also linked to Rita and Lynn Loud Sr.'s actions in 2009.
You must be talking about the false documents that linked to the United States government, am I right?
Exactly. These documents claim that the First Lady of then-President Gregory Valor back in 2009, had helped give birth to Lincoln, and that they never made it to the hospital.
I knew it. I conducted my own investigation into that story, and even made contact with former President of the United States Gregory Valor himself in order to talk about this.
Is that so, Officer Grouder? What is it that the former president told you?
That's the thing, sir. It's not what he told me. It's what she told me. You heard me right. As soon as President Valor heard me talk about Rita Lynn Loud Sr., he immediately passed the phone over to his wife Abigail Valor, the former First Lady of the time, and asked if I would repeat the same question to her, which I did.
What did she say about Rita and Lynn Loud Sr.'s story, about her help in giving birth to Lincoln?
Did you show her the recording of that scene from the actual Nickelodeon show called Loud House, from the episode Not Allowed? That is how I found out about those fraud documents.
As a matter of fact, I did. When we were talking about that, I showed her Rita Lynn Loud's story to her from the episode, and she had no idea what I was talking about. In fact, she even stated that both her and her husband no longer were in the country at the time of the story, and they also claimed that they didn't even know Rita Lynn Sr.
Well, congratulations to those two, because that is now another lie that has been killed off from the main series.
Good work, Officer Grouder. Your investigation into the 2009 story will definitely be used against Lori once she arrives. In fact, I myself did some digging on that.
Really, sir? What did you find out about the First Lady lie that was said by both Rita and Lynn Loud Sr.?
One important thing, Officer Grouder. In their story they claim that Lincoln wasn't born yet. However, when I looked into it, Lincoln was already in the world. He had already been born 5 days before the events of that lie and phony flashback from the Nickelodeon series, revealing that the date of that lie was March 30th.
Good, that is another piece of the puzzle that is added. Now all we have to do is put all the pieces together. Hopefully their eldest daughter can do it for us.
Very good.
Chief Brockheim, sir.
Oh, Officer Cole, welcome back. Were you and Officer Matthew and the others able to obtain Miss Lori Loud and other sources for questioning?
Yes, sir, we have. She is currently here as of right now with her friend who goes by the name Bobby Santiago, and is cooperating.
Excellent work, you four. We are that much closer to finally bringing an end to this 12-year-old case. Send the boy to Interrogation Room Cell Block A, and the eldest daughter of the Rita and Lynn Loud SR to Cell Block B. We will question them there. I will be there in a moment, officer.
Yes, sir. I will inform Matthew and the others now.
Good. See you there.
Take a seat, Lori. So listen very carefully. This conversation is being recorded, so everything you say will be used as evidence in a court of law. So do you promise to tell us the truth, and nothing but the truth? Because if you don't, there will be serious consequences.
I oblige, officers, just out of curiosity. What would happen if I were to lie to you?
How about spending several years in prison? If that doesn't convince you otherwise, I don't know what will.
Okay. Sorry for asking. I was just curious.
And now you got your answer. So choose what you say wisely, as it can be used either for or against you.
One more thing, our employer, Chief Brockheim, will also be joining us in a bit. Just to let you know.
Okay, I will help you with whatever it is you need. I just hope that nothing comes from this.
Depending on how much you cooperate, you won't have to worry.
He's coming. Make way.
Greetings, Lori Loud.
Whoa. Sir, what happened to your eyes? I thought your eyes looked similar to mine when you were in the evidence room.
Let's just say, the director of this video got confused on what I look like. But so the audience doesn't get confused, this is indeed the real me. Sorry about the confusion. 2091 Rivera Israel got confused on who I was. But that should be resolved now.
Sir, you just broke the fourth wall.
Nobody cares, Officer Cole. Let's just let this stupid thing go and move on. Do I copy?
Copy, sir.
Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. Greetings, Lori. I'm glad you were able to make it. I hope the officers weren't too big of an issue for you.
Well, they came completely out of nowhere to inform me about wanting to interrogate me over stuff related to Lincoln. Needless to say, I am terrified right now. Besides, I don't even know why you want my help in whatever it is you need about Lincoln.
First off, sorry for not informing you sooner. This whole investigation is still new to us, as we are still trying to connect the dots on everything that happened with Lincoln. I hope you keep that in mind.
Investigation? What do you mean by investigation?
You'll find out in just a moment.
Oh, that reminds me, Officer Cole, close the door.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You see, Lori, we are conducting an investigation into how Lincoln got here.
What are you talking about? He is from Royal Woods, just like me and my sisters.
We already know that. We are talking about his family.
Sir, I still don't get what you are saying. Me and my sisters are his family. What do you mean by his family?
That is why you are here. Your information you give will help us connect the dots to his story. And it'll help us end this case once and for all. So tell us, what is your relationship with Lincoln Loud?
Don't worry, young lady, we are almost done, just a little bit more, and we are finished with your treatment.
I'm trying, Doc, but it is so painful. This really hurts.
I know it hurts, Lana, but you must push through, just a little bit more, and you are done.
I will continue to try, Doc.
That a girl? Alright, almost there, and done. Alright, Lana, it's over now.
Thank goodness. I wasn't sure how much more of that I would have been able to take.
But you pulled through. Once again, Lana, and look at you. The radiation strength is starting to fade, and your green skin has started to lighten up as well.
That's wonderful to hear, but it still hurts.
I know, Lana, but you are healing well. Just a few more days, and you will be back to normal.
I sure hope so. I am not sure how much of this I can take.
Trust me, Lana, you will pull through. You made it this long. You will definitely make it for a few more days. Now I will leave, and let you rest up. If you need anything, just holler.
Sure, Doc Armstrong, I will. Oh, my head. I wish my Linky was here. Hey Lena, over here. Lincoln. Are you crazy? What do you think you're doing? Get in here right now and get the hell off that window ledge before you kill yourself. Now move it. Ah, my head. You're lucky you didn't fall from the third floor, you idiot. You deserve the headache. There was no other way, Lena. Visiting hours are over, remember? So I had to climb the side of the structure just to get to you. And you couldn't just wait until visiting hours restored again? You had to go and almost get yourself killed by climbing the side of the hospital to my window? Yes, Lena, couldn't wait, but it is important. Very, Very important, Lena.
Fine, let's go. Now what is it that is so important to the point you almost had to kill yourself just to see me?
I got some horrific news, Lena. News that, believe it or not, revolves around your sister.
Which sister? I have 9, you know that, Lincoln. You live with us.
It's Lori. She has been taken in by the police.
Wait, Lori was taken away by the police. Why?
I have no idea, Lena. I don't know what the heck is going on, but things are getting scary. No, I don't know what is going on, but if it involves the police, then whatever is happening must be real bad.
That is terrible.
I'll say, there is no telling what they are currently doing to Lori and Bobby right now.
Wait, they took Bobby too?
You heard right, they also took Bobby to the station as well.
My God. If it wasn't for Lola, and her stupid form of petty revenge, I would be home trying to help out right now, not here at the hospital suffering treatments every 6 hours.
Oh, I have no doubt that you would, Lana, and I must say your skin is getting lighter. I can tell that it won't be long before you're free of that radiation.
Ah, thanks Linky, that means a lot.
No prob.
Linky?
I'm okay.
Lincoln? Dr. Armstrong.
Lana, really, I'm okay.
No, you're not. You are going on my bed right now until Dr. Hawkins enters and checks you out. Also Linky, your head feels weak on one spot. What happened?
I got hit with a basketball by accident at Roga City Park. I think it might have reopened my wound.
A basketball? Roga City Park? Lincoln, are you nuts? You know you weren't supposed to leave the house until you got better.
Lynn took me out.
Come with me. All right, in my bed. Now, mister.
Yeah, that will help. Oh yeah, that feels good on my head.
Lincoln, why the duffel bag? Please tell me you are not running away again, because you said that you were coming home. I hope you are not backtracking or having second thoughts. I know I am not your sister, but come on Lincoln, are you really going to abandon us over that? Something we had no control over, and didn't even know?
What? No, that duffel bag is not what you think, Lana. I'm not running away. I am not going anywhere, I promise you that.
Thank goodness. But what is the duffel bag for?
Well, you have been walking around in those clothes for a while now, so I thought I'd bring you something different, one that might bring back memories again.
Oh? A present from me?
Heck yeah, just wait until you look inside.
Oh my God, I haven't seen or wore these since our show came to an end. Wait here Linky, I will be right back.
No problem, Lana. Ouch, the pain is back. Time to lie back down.
Lincoln, I am back. Well Linky, how do I look?
Wow, you look incredible, Lana. You almost look the same way you did in our show. Brings me back. Oh boy does it. Ah, the pain's back.
Linky, please, just lie down. Thank you. Now just lay still while I go and get.
Lana, I am here. Sorry I took so long. When you yelled my name I was on the other side of the hospital. I had to run all the way back. Lincoln. How did you get in here? Visiting hours are... Wait a minute, Lana, could you please stand aside? Thank you.
Ouch.
I don't understand. The medications I prescribed to you should have fixed you 2 days ago. Yet your head has gotten even worse.
He told me that he was hit by a basketball in Roga City Park. He was with my older sister Lynn.
A basketball? Oh, this is not good.
Doc? What's wrong?
Lana, I regret that you're, well, I can't say brother, seeing that he is not, so I will just call him a friend. I fear that your friend has reopened his wound again. Lincoln's head is very unstable right now. One more blow to the head will cause his skull to break apart and end him.
No, can we do something to fix his skull?
There may be one way, but it hasn't been performed in this city since 1901. It's called head ramification surgery.
Head ramification surgery? What's that?
Yeah, what is it?
It's a special procedure, one that we use when one's head gets smashed in, similar to Lincoln's. Doctors in this hospital performed it on a construction worker back in 1901 after he fell from a structure, and the procedure saved his life and prevented him from dying.
Wonderful. How does the procedure work?
Well, what we do is, we patch up the most damaged parts of the skull with a special type of moisture called eternal glue. The glue is designed with a special type of formula that allows it to survive for 1 week in the human body before dissolving completely into the bloodstream. We place the glue on the heavily damaged parts of the skull to keep it stable and hold it together until the bones heal. Once they do, it dissolves and the person is good as new.
Glorious. How long does the procedure take?
About 8 hours. He should be done by the afternoon tomorrow, but after he would have to remain here for 1 whole day for him to recover. After that he can return home.
I understand. I am just shocked that the procedure would take this long. In fact, it is longer than when I receive my own treatments.
That is, because this is a very serious surgery. 1 mistake could result in death.
No argument here. Dr. Armstrong, is it okay if I can be present during the procedure?
I'm afraid we cannot, Lana. As much as I hate to say this, you cannot come. We can't have any distractions during the surgery.
But, Doc.
Lana, I will be just fine. I made it through a rock striking me. I will defiantly make it out of this.
Please, Linky, please be careful.
He will be all right, Lana. The procedure is painless. He won't feel a thing.
Please come back to me.
Oh, I will. You will have no fear of that.
Thank you. All right, Doc, I am ready. I will help you get Lincoln to the surgery room now. Just please, take care of my Linky.
Oh, I can assure you, Lana, Lincoln is safe with us now. We must rush him to surgery immediately, but before that, I have to make a call.
Poor Lori, I hope that she is okay at the police station. In the meantime, I will go over and check on Lincoln, and see if he is okay. Hello?
Hello, this is Dr. Jonathan Hawkins Armstrong. I am calling about an emergency concerning Lincoln. I fear that he may have to undergo surgery due to his head wound reopening.
Wait, Lincoln, as in, my Lincoln?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. The incident at Roga City Park that led to Lincoln getting hit with a basketball caused his skull to become unstable.
No, please, doctor, this must be a mistake. Lincoln is in his room right now resting, like I asked him to.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but he is here. According to him, he left to tell Lana something, but then he collapsed after telling about the situation concerning Lori.
Lincoln disobeyed me?
He knew you would say that. He said he had to do it, as he thought that Lana should know what was happening. Listen, miss, I don't have a lot of time to explain. I need you to contact Lori, as Lincoln's status is critical right now, and he needs this surgery. But we cannot conduct this surgery without consent from your older sister Lori. You must find a way to tell her, do whatever it takes.
Is he there now?
Yes, he is. He has been brought to the surgery room. All it takes is the consent from Lori Loud, and we can begin the procedure at once.
All right, I'll try.
Very good, now go, and get it done. I have to go now. Call back when she provides us with an answer. Goodbye.
I don't believe it. I can't believe Lincoln disobeyed me when I told him not to go outside. I swear I am going to strangle him for putting himself in danger.
Whoa, Leni, what's going on in? Whoa.
Who are you? What did you do to our older sister?
Oh, stop it, Lola. It's me. I am just really angry right now.
This is more scarier than the first time I saw Leni angry. Now she is literally furious, to the point that her cheeks are red from anger.
Luna, please stop talking at nothing. We got that problem enough already with Lincoln.
Sure, Leni.
Leni, I don't understand. I know you're angry that Lori was taken in for questioning, but she will be back. There's no need to be angry about that.
Luann, my anger has nothing to do with that. I'm angry because Lincoln disobeyed me, left the house and put himself in danger, to the point that he got hit with a basketball.
Leni, you do realize that Lynn snuck Lincoln out. He didn't do it himself, except for this one time now, but the basketball incident was done when Lynn snuck him out.
Lola is telling the truth. You were getting your bandages removed at the time that this happened.
Oh, is that so? I will destroy Lynn for that. Because of her, Lincoln's wound reopened, and now he's at serious risk of dying now.
Wait, what are you saying? Lincoln could die.
But how? He was healing so well. How the hell did his skull break open again?
Wait, I could lose my Linky?
Thank Lynn for that. Lola said she snuck him out at one point yesterday and Dr. Armstrong mentioned a basketball hitting his head.
Hey, is everything alright down here? What's going on? Is everything okay?
Oh no, Leni has just discovered her anger 9 days ago. She doesn't know how to control it.
Leni, are you okay?
You!
Leni, what are you? My eye.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen Leni attack anybody like that before, not even when we were airing our show.
Leni, stop. You still don't know how to control anger yet. Lynn had no idea that a basketball would strike Lincoln when she snuck him out that day. She didn't know this was going to happen.
Lynn, how could you do this? How could you do this to Lincoln? Do you have any idea what you have done by pulling that stunt? As of your foolishness, Lincoln could die because you decided to sneak him out without permission.
Wait, what? What do you mean my Lincoln could die?
He could, thanks to you, and that stupid basketball that hit him. It reopened his head wound and made his skull unstable.
No, this is not real. My Lincoln can't die.
What do you mean by your Lincoln? You and Lola say that all the time. I will never understand what that means.
That's personal.
Fine, I don't have time right now. I have to try and see if I can call Lori. I hope the men in blue will let me talk to her. If not, Lincoln is doomed. Luna, Lou-Ann, do me a favor, spread the word around the other Loud siblings. I need to make a phone call. I hope I remember what Lori said, and what to do in case of an emergency. What was the number? Oh yeah. 911. I sure hope this is the right number.
911 emergency, this is Officer Grouder. State your emergency.
MR Man in Blue, my name is Leni Loud. I am the little sister of Lori Loud, and I really need to talk to her. It's an emergency.
I'm sorry, miss, but your older sister is right now being questioned by my boss along with Officers Alberson and Cole, and it is against protocol to interrupt it.
Please, sir, this is really important. My sister needs to know about this.
Well, unless it is a life or death situation, you are just going to have to wait until they are finished, but just out of curiosity, what is it? That can't wait.
It is important. If I don't say this to Lori, this could result into the death of a child. Please, sir, get Lori. I don't care what you do. She needs to know or Lincoln is dead.
Oh dear. All right, I will see what I can do. Remain on standby until I call you back.
Yes, please do. Thank you, sir.
Wow, I can't understand how Lincoln hasn't recovered yet. It's been more than a week already. Look, there appears to be a young 12-year-old boy walking past Cortec Avenue. Could this be the same boy that was present at Roga City Park 9 days ago?
I believe it is. That boy looks like the one from the camera footage taken at Roga City Park back in September 18th. That must be Clyde McBride.
Very good. I will notify Chief Brockheim at once, in order to report in that we are about to interview him.
Good. While you talk to Brockheim, I will talk to Clyde.
Good luck.
Thank you. I will.
Wow, always leave it to British women from the UK to pop up the mood. But now I better call and inform Brockheim about the current situation.
Yes.
Matthew, I'm sorry, I'm trying to reach Brockheim. I have a new lead. We have located Clyde McBride. Officer Sally Lewis has already left the vehicle to speak with him now.
Glad to hear it. We are right now interrogating Lori right now. I will inform Brockheim right now as he is here with us. In the meantime, find out what you can from Clyde.
You got it, Matthew. It will be done right away. I will call back if I were to learn anything more. Now, let's do this. Figures.
Pardon me, young man. My name is Officer Sally Lewis, and I would like to ask you a couple of questions with my partner, Officer Hope.
Sure, I guess. Thank you, kid. I can assure you, this is very important. It revolves around your friend Lincoln. Wait, my friend is involved in this? What is going on? I promise you, kid, we will explain everything as soon as we get to the police station. If you would kindly follow us, we can begin there. Okay, I'll come, let's go.
Well, he is my brother. More specifically, my adopted brother.
We already know that. You told us that when we came to get you.
Besides, that wasn't what I was asking. I'm asking, what's your relationship with him like? As in your everyday relationship with him. What is life like with Lincoln?
Well, sir, I have a pretty okay relationship with Lincoln. It isn't perfect, but definitely not bad. At least not abusive or anything like that.
Okay. Now that we know that you have a okay relationship with him, we will focus on it for this part of the interrogation. Does that sound good to you?
I'm okay with that, sir.
Okay, continue.
So, how long have you known Lincoln?
I've known him for over 12 years. I met him when my mom and dad brought him over to our home in Royal Woods, and they introduced him as our new brother to me and my siblings.
Interesting.
Say, Lori, when was the day that your parents brought Lincoln to your home?
I think it was March 30th. Wait a minute, yeah, it was. It was March 30th, 2009. That was the day my parents adopted Lincoln, and brought him to our home in Royal Woods.
Wow. It occurred on the same day. It all makes sense now.
What makes sense, officer?
Don't worry about it yet, we'll get to that information shortly. But anyways.
So you've known him for that long. How old were you when you met him?
Well, I was 5 years old when I met him. I am now 18 years old. So I've known him pretty much my entire life.
Okay. What is your relationship with him like today?
Well, I would say it's been alright. Sadly though, it was also pretty strained to be honest, but slowly getting better.
Interesting. And what exactly caused that relationship to strain?
Well, sir, it was pretty much my fault for straining it. It all dates back to an incident that occurred back in 2018.
Really? What exactly is this incident that occurred back in 2018?
Well, basically, I said some pretty nasty things to Lincoln. Things that I deeply regret. It's a bit of a long story, so I hope you don't mind. Oh, and I don't blame you if you think the whole thing was stupid.
Okay. Don't worry, take your time. We are just curious.
Okay. So it all really started when I got my phone that year. I got it as a gift from my parents, and to put it mildly, my entire existence pretty much revolved around it.
Doesn't surprise me at all. After all, what teenager is not obsessed with their phone? Sorry for interrupting, just had to say that. Anyways, please continue.
So, needless to say, I became your average teenage girl. Social media obsessed, selfie taking, a bit of a narcissistic Karen. I was everything you could imagine in a teenage girl, and around that time was when I met my boyfriend, Bobby. And I fell head over heels in love with him. I basically pushed everyone I knew, including Lincoln, off to the side for him, which led to me and Lincoln having a screaming fight a month later, where I told him basically that I'd leave Lincoln for Bobby. Over the next couple years, our relationship was filled with nothing but drama and resentment towards each other. Then, my mom and dad left me and my family basically for dead. Those events led me to start watching over my siblings and Lincoln. Our relationship was still riddled with the resentment that we had. Then one day, Lincoln destroyed my phone. I don't know how, but it changed me, officers. It made me a better woman. I started taking my responsibilities seriously. It led me to realize the pain that I caused, and up till today, I am slowly but surely improving myself as a person, and I also have been trying to rebuild my relationship with Lincoln. I am pleased to say that we are going in the right direction with improving our relationship. When the whole Roga City Park incident happened, I was looking everywhere for him, 'cause even though we have our issues, at the end of the day, I love him, officers. 'Cause he is my brother, so yeah. That was the story basically. I hope it wasn't too stupid.
Kid, we all say stupid stuff we don't mean. Especially as teenagers. I should know. I have two daughters who are not that much younger than you, and they acted the same way. But with some discipline and guidance, they grew out of that phase very quickly. Now, they work hard to make Roga City an awesome place.
Besides Laurie, most people act the same way at that age. It's part of the experience of being a teenager. But eventually, you grow out of that phase. It's needless to say that you grew out of that phase, and cause of that, you became wiser, much more mature, and that made you a better person to everyone around you.
Yeah, that is true.
That's quite a story. That might very well give us an answer to your relationship with him. Kudos to you, for improving as a person and growing out of that teen phase. Say, are you doing okay? I hope this doesn't seem too pressuring on you. We are trying to be as fair as possible.
Well, to be honest, I did feel a bit pressured when I first came in here. But now I am feeling a lot more at ease.
That's good to hear. Sorry that you felt pressured, we just need the info that you give us to help with our investigation.
Whoa. Sorry to interrupt, someone is calling me.
Quickly answer it, it might be one of the officers.
Okay. I will see who's calling. Yes, this is Matthew Uberson of the RCPD, how can I help you?
Officer Uberson, this is Officer Hope. I have called cause I have new information regarding Lincoln.
I see. What was it you were able to find?
I managed to find an associate of Lincoln's at Cortec Avenue. His name is Clyde McBride, and is apparently Lincoln's best friend. Me and Officer Lewis are bringing him back to the station for further questioning. Is Chief Brockheim with you, Matthew?
Yes, he is with me. We are in the process of interrogating one of our leads. I'll put him on the phone.
You have reached Chief Brockheim. Be sure to ask him whatever questions that are necessary, in order to gather more information regarding Lincoln.
Aye, sir. Me and Officer Lewis will do what we can.
Alrighty then. Once you are finished interrogating him, inform us on what you were able to find.
Alright. We are almost at the station anyway, so we will go ahead and do that. Anyways, Hope over and out.
How were they able to find Clyde?
Beats me. He probably was doing something over at Cortec. Anyways, now why is it that I always get phone calls during times like these? Why? You have reached Chief Brockheim. Who is this?
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but it's Officer Grouder. I have some serious news regarding Lincoln.
What? What is this serious information you were able to find, Officer Grouder?
Apparently, Lincoln Loud is currently in the hospital and not at his residence.
What?
Yes. I also found out that he is getting the head surgery thing, which hasn't been in practice since 1901.
You mean the head surgery done where it involves glucinarium, also known as eternal glue?
Yes, that same one. I mean, it makes sense given that he miraculously survived the 1620 rock, but I am not exactly sure how he ended up at the hospital. And apparently, he cannot get the surgery without the consent of an adult. In his case, it would be our lead.
I see. How is it you were able to find out this?
It was brought to my attention after a young lady calling me about the fact that Lincoln is in a life-or-death situation.
And who called you?
The lady identified herself as Leni Loud. I'm assuming it's one of Lincoln's quote-unquote sisters, but she nonetheless told me what was going on.
Okay. Tell her to remain where she is. We will handle everything once we are finished with what we're doing.
Alright. I will do that. I will also contact Officer Hale on the police escort thing. Anyways, Grouder over and out.
Sir, who was that on the phone?
That was Officer Grouder. He was informing me about how Lincoln is in the hospital.
Hospital? What do you mean Lincoln is in the hospital?
Well, apparently, your brother is in the hospital. I got off the phone with one of my officers, who told me he was in a life-or-death situation.
What?
Yes. And also, he said that he is going to be getting a serious surgery on his skull, one which hasn't been done in over 100 years.
Damn you, Lynn. Why would you take him to the park? Now he is in a situation where he might die. Damn you, idiot.
Officers, I need to leave. My Lincoln needs me, cause if I'm not there, there's a chance he might die. So please, let me out of this place right now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not so fast, young lady. We are not finished interrogating you. Besides, Lincoln is in good hands. Roga City doctors are rated among the best in the nation.
Besides, it's against RCPD protocol to halt an interrogation when it is under session, including in cases of emergencies, or anything else.
So that's it? You are just willing to let Lincoln die cause I cannot go and help him? I thought you were the good guys. Don't you at the very least care for his safety? Or are you just corrupt assholes who put their jobs above those they serve? Some nice cops you are. Pathetic. Honestly pathetic.
Of course we care about him. If we didn't, you wouldn't even be here in the first place. Oh, and by the way, don't believe lies like the fact that we put our jobs above people. We work our asses off every day to protect everyone in this city from all types of things you can't even fathom. And don't worry. I am assigning cops to personally escort you to the hospital to approve of Lincoln's surgery once we are finished with what we are doing. You cooperate with us, we'll cooperate with you. Do I make myself clear?
Ugh, fine, whatever. Just hope it won't be too long. He needs me, you know.
We're aware of that, miss.
So, now that we got what we needed in the case of your relationship with Lincoln, there is just one more bit of info we need.
And what might that be?
We need to know more about your relationship with your parents.
So what exactly is going on? Well, we have been conducting an investigation into the Loud family, and we believe that Lincoln may not be their child after all. Wait, what do you mean? Don't worry, kid. As promised, we will explain everything when we get to the police station. Which what do you know? There it is now. Alright, kid. Come on. Let's get to the interrogation room. We have a lot to discuss. Sir. Am I in trouble? I promise that I have nothing to do with this whole fiasco, besides just being Lincoln's friend. Have no fear, Clyde. You are in no trouble whatsoever. Just a simple talk is all that needs to be done, then you can be on your way. Okay, officer, I understand. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, so our first question is, how was your relationship with Lincoln like? How close of friends were you both? Did you know anything about him not being who he thought he was? Well, as you probably know, me and Lincoln were best pals. Like brothers if you will. We spent countless hours together and it was some of the best memories of my life ever. Shooting hoops, playing tag. And best of all, hanging out at the Roga City Park. Man, those moments were beautiful. I would never change them for $1 million. Officer, you are a very good friend, you know that, right? I am so glad you had these amazing experiences with our victim. I am sure it made your days. Exactly. Lincoln was like the brother I never had. But by the way, what does this have to do with our friendship? How is our friendship needed for this case? Well, the thing is that we as case breakers don't even know if Lincoln was actually adopted by the Louds. Strong evidence shows that he might have been
kidnapped.
Are you kidding me? This isn't a joke, you are being serious.
I hate to make you upset, but the evidence never lies. We see around an 85% chance of this being true.
No, no, no. Why did this have to happen? This was all a dirty lie and I was fooled. We are so sorry, Clyde. This breaks our heart too. The poor kid didn't know anything. I don't know how to feel anymore. It's alright, buddy. I understand how you feel. My sibling had gotten murdered years ago and the case was never solved. I have to deal with stuff like this all of the time. I promise you, we will crack this case once and for all.
So listen, kid, I'll tell you the same thing that your girlfriend was told. This conversation is going to be recorded, and will be used as evidence in a court of law.
Do you promise to tell the truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear to tell nothing but the truth, Officers, I can tell you that I have absolutely nothing to hide, and I'll do what I can to help.
That ultimately depends on your level of cooperation. If you give us the answers we want, then, needless to say, your stay here will be quick and easy.
I understand, sir.
Good. Anyways, let's begin. So to start off, the reason why you are here is because we are looking for more information related to your relationship with Lori Loud. And what you know about the documents.
My relationship? Why does my relationship relate to all of this?
Because we think that you know some things that you'd probably want to share with us.
Who was that?
That would be me. Greetings, Bobby. My name is Watson. Oh, and just to let you know, the officers to my left and right are Officer Gavins and Charles.
Why are you wearing a gas mask? This is not a contaminated area, you know.
Don't try to fuck with me, kid. I can very easily make your life a living hell.
Okay. Sorry. I was just curious.
And now you got your answer.
So to start off, what is your relationship with Lori Loud?
Well, she is my girlfriend, sir.
That isn't what I asked. I am asking what is it like?
Oh. In that case, my relationship with Lori is definitely great. We have lots of great dates. Like going out to jump and jive skating rink every winter, at least, since we lived in Royal Woods. And I help her out with taking care of her sisters.
I see. You seem to have a decent with her.
How long have you known Lori?
Well, I've known her since 2018. That is also the same year we started dating. However, I must say, I made some pretty dumb mistakes back then. I was resistant in confronting people for shit. I didn't even bother to tell Lori to not talk to her brother in the way she did in an incident that occurred that year.
Interesting. What exactly is this incident that occurred in 2018?
Basically, Lori got into a fight with Lincoln over her not spending any time with him, and she said that she would choose me over him, even in a worst-case scenario where he's hurt.
Teens will be teens. They do that stuff all the time. But you know, people grow out of that phase.
I know. It took me time to grow out of it. And especially for Lori. But I will say, she improved as a person. I mean, we recently went on this nice drive, officers. She told me that she—
Where were you when it happened?
I beg your pardon?
Where were you on the night of September 18th?
Oh. That. Well, sir, I was at home. I was watching Spaceballs with a friend who was visiting from El Sniqueo, California. I wasn't at Roga City Park. However, I did notice that Ronnie Ann was gone. She said that she would be hanging out with some friends. Oh, before I continue, you did get that juvie thing covered for her, right? I wanted her to experience justice for what she did.
Oh, don't worry. She will be in there for a long time. But anyways, please continue.
So I got up from the couch and called Ronnie Ann on the phone, but she didn't answer. I reached out to some friends, who told me that she wasn't there either.
What was the time that this occurred?
Around 11:36 p.m. I was just about to call the police, when I see Ronnie Ann covered in cuts and bruises. So I did what every big brother does, I took care of her and nursed her back to health. So yeah, that was what happened on the night of September 18th. She told me what happened. I confronted Lori for what she was accused of doing. And for a while, we broke up because of it. I believed Ronnie Ann for a short time too. I have kindly always been a person who held firm a moral belief to always back your family. That all changed when I went to Roga City Park to find out what actually happened. Needless to say, I had Ronnie Ann sent back to Great Lake City, my hometown. And then, I got back with Lori, so that's the whole story really.
That's good to hear. Glad all worked out in the end. And thanks for the info on what you experienced on the 18th. That'll help us out a lot.
Say, are you familiar with Article 3879?
I don't think so. What exactly is Article 3879?
The Cartoon Protection Act of 1987.
Then, probably not. Could you explain me what that is?
It's basically an act that makes sure that all cartoon characters aren't persecuted for anything. It basically grants cartoon characters like ourselves protection.
Oh, kinda like me? Since I was on the Nickelodeon series, I would be included in this law, right?
Right. There is however one condition. If a cartoon does anything live action related, the protection is automatically disqualified.
I see, and how does it relate to me?
Cause there are rumors going around that your show is going to go the live action route. So if that's the case, the protection you get will be lost.
Really?
Yes.
Your interrogation is near complete. There is just one more question we would like to ask.
All right. And what might that be?
What do you know about the documents?
What documents? I don't get what you mean.
The adoption papers and birth certificate of Lincoln.
Officers, I don't know much. All I know is that Lincoln was adopted. I don't know anything else, I swear.
Well, kid, I'm afraid to tell you that we found an astronomical pile of evidence that states that he wasn't actually adopted. Instead, he was kidnapped.
What? No way. There's no way that is true. What about his adoption papers?
They were forged. We looked over them while doing our investigation and found extremely revealing details regarding the authenticity of them. They looked as if it was typed out.
We then looked over his actual birth certificate, written out by Roga City Hospital. We even called them to make sure that it was indeed the real one, and they said it was real.
Really? Well, in that case, is it okay that I see this birth certificate? I just want to make sure that this is indeed the real deal.
It is against our CPD protocol to present legal documents of any kind to people. But in this case, the evidence is being shown to you and your friend. We will show it to you.
For the last time, she is my girlfriend, sir.
Here it is.
All right then, bring it to me. I can't believe it. So this is real?
Yes. This is the real, legitimate birth certificate of Lincoln.
So I've been lied to this whole time? Damn those parents. Why would they be this cruel to forge someone's own adoption papers?
Not only that, we, as we stated before, found an overwhelming amount of evidence that suggests that he was kidnapped.
Tell me more.
We looked over surveillance footage from the 30th of March 2009, the day he was adopted, to find that he was kidnapped at Roga City Hospital.
Who kidnapped him?
It was carried out by 3 unidentified individuals, but it was orchestrated and planned out by Rita and Lynn Loud Sr.
Show me the surveillance footage. I must see for myself if this is true.
Charles, show him the footage.
Alrighty then. Take a look at the surveillance footage. These are a series of recordings put in chronological order to make sure it adds up to what we found.
Alright, let's see what happened to Lincoln. I can't believe it. I refuse to believe that these bitch scum fucks would even fucking do that. Why in the fucking name of God would they decide to kidnap Lincoln? Why? This honestly makes me feel bad for Lori and the Louds. They will be devastated when they find out the truth.
Hold on. There is one more piece of footage we would like you to see, which also adds to the footage you just saw.
Show me this other piece of footage. I demand to know what happened to those rats.
Alright, here it is.
Are you serious? You're seriously telling me that they just ran off? Those bitch-ass bastard cowards. If I ever see them, I will give them a peace of mind that they've never seen.
Kid, I understand that you are angry and devastated by what you saw. But fighting anger with anger is a foolish deed.
Instead, you must let it flow, let it out. You hurting the parents would make you just as bad as they are.
We are just as upset as you are, but that isn't a justifiable reason to propose action against anyone.
I understand, officers. I am just very upset and worried once Lori finds out. I'm also just so angry that her parents would say such awful things about their own children like that.
I know. But you shouldn't stoop to the same level as them. You seem like a good kid, so don't make the same mistakes they made. Don't be the fool that goes to fight the fools.
I again understand, sir. It just makes me upset to see such disturbing things like what I just saw.
We know how you feel. Cases like these make our hearts break.
But, you have given us the answers we needed. So you are now free to go. Thank you for your time.
No problem, officers. Glad I could be of assistance.
Wow, it's been over a half hour and still no word from Lori. If we don't get consent soon, we can't do the surgery. If we don't do the ramification surgery, Lincoln is doomed.
Dr. Armstrong, I came as soon as I heard. Where is he? Is he okay?
Well, Miss Loud, I fear that Lincoln's wound has reopened and is now worse than ever before. His skull is right now unstable and requires ramification surgery in order to heal.
Wow, that is shocking. I've never heard of a person suffering the hard from a head injury before, especially a child.
But how? He was healing so well. How could any of this happen?
I'll be right back. I have to tell Brockheim about this at once.
He was healing properly at first, Miss Loud, but it would appear that something had happened to him when your little sister snuck him out to Roga City Park. According to Lana, Lincoln snuck over here in order to inform her of the situation about you being brought in by the police. From there, she said that Lynn snuck him out.
I know. She confessed to me about that.
Did she tell you about the basketball hitting Lincoln on the weakened side of his skull while he was at Roga City Park?
No, she did not.
Lincoln's status is critical right now, Miss Loud. One more blow to the head, and he is dead.
I swear, I will murder Lynn for this.
Are you all right, Miss Loud?
Sorry, doctor. I'm just really emotional right now. So Lincoln is going to die?
He could, if he gets hit in the head one more time. However, he can be saved if we were to conduct ramification surgery on him right away. I just need your consent to begin.
Wow, I am so happy that the boy could make. I just hope he does.
We just need consent for the surgery to begin, then we can start right away.
All right, I'll do it. Just give me the forms and I will sign them.
Here you go, Miss Loud. Just read through it very carefully and sign when you are ready.
I will, doctor. Here you go.
Thank you, Miss Loud. Thanks to your permission, we begin the surgery right now.
Very good, doctor.
Miss Loud, I regret to inform you we have to return to the station.
But, can't I stay a little longer?
Sorry, Lori, but rules are rules. You gave consent for the surgery. Now as part of what the chief said, you have to finish our interview with you.
You should go, Miss Loud. The surgery takes over 8 hours to perform. Don't worry, we will take good care of your little boy.
Very well, I understand. Please take good care of my Lincoln while I'm gone. I'll try to race back as soon as it is done, and I am finished at the station.
Oh, don't worry, Miss Loud. Lincoln should be done by tomorrow morning, and you can see him the day after that, as he needs the whole day to recover.
Thank goodness. You can count on it, Doc. Okay, come on, let's go back and finish this.
Good. Now let's get going.
Welcome back, Lori. I am happy that the boy will pull through once the ramification surgery has been completed.
Don't worry, Miss Loud. I'm sure he'll be alright.
He will. Ramification surgery, if done right, can save anyone from certain doom.
I know, but I shouldn't be here. I feel I should be there with him, my Linky.
Looking at her right now almost makes me regret on what we are about to tell her next.
I feel the same way, Matthew, but it is a part of our job, unfortunately.
I know, sir. Let's just continue.
Right.
Sorry, officers. I'm okay now. Continue what it is you wanted to ask me.
Very well, Lori. Let us continue where we left off. What is your relationship with your parents?
Well, in the beginning, I loved my mother and father. I thought that they were wonderful people. until I found out a couple of days ago that they lied to me and my sisters, and to add insult to injury, they also abandoned my sisters and I, leaving us alone in Royal Woods. We haven't seen them ever since, all because they didn't want to tell the 10 of us the truth about Lincoln being adopted. So instead they abandoned us in Royal Woods and ran away like cowards. Them running away ruined my life. I had to literally switch from becoming the eldest sister to mother of 10 overnight because of this sudden change in my life. I couldn't keep my job at Gus Games and Grub because I couldn't make it there anymore. I had to always stay home and watch the others. To make matters even worse, I then had to drop out of Fairway University as it was costing too much, and me not having a job I had no way of gathering income, so I had to leave it. Then, the housing crash of 2020 occurred, and it got to the point that I couldn't afford to keep the house anymore, and we were forced to leave Royal Woods. So that is the whole story. My relationship with my mother and father is very hateful right now. It's bad enough about lying to your dog, there's about having an only brother, but abandoning your own children, just because you are cowardly enough not to tell your own daughters the truth, is just unforgiving.
We're very sorry that happened to you, Mrs. Loud. I would have destroyed anyone who would have done such an action to my own kids.
So that was the reason why you came to Roga. It was because you couldn't afford to remain in Michigan anymore.
Yes, officer, that is the main reason. We moved to North Dakota in the first place, and why we are here in Roga City.
Well, Mrs. Loud, I fear that we have something that we have just discovered in our investigation, and believe it or not, it involves both Lincoln and your parents.
Officer Matthew is right, Lori. I regret to inform you that your parents did a lot more than what you just told us before.
What? What could they have possibly did worse other than lie about Lincoln being my blood brother and abandoning us?
I fear they did a lot worse than that, Lori. In fact, there is something you need to know about your so-called little adopted brother.
If it's about Lincoln being adopted, then I already know about that one, officers. I told you before. I found out days ago.
If only you knew.
Lori, you wanted to know what this investigation was about when we first brought you here. Now you will know. It is an investigation on both Lincoln and your parents.
What? What is going on here?
Lori, your parents were both wanted criminals. They are both wanted here in the state of North Dakota, and even in Royal Woods, Michigan.
Alright, I admit I may be angry with my parents for what they put me through, but there is no way I am going to believe that they are criminals.
We know your anger, Mrs. Loud, and we also know that they are still your mother and father, and that you wish to still believe that they are still good in them, but they are not. They are bad people, Mrs. Loud, and they did a lot of terrible things, but the worst thing they ever did was Lincoln.
I don't believe you.
Lori, it's the truth, and we have the evidence to prove it. Officer Oberson, please reveal the posters.
With pleasure. I didn't want to do this, but you need to see the truth. These are posters of your parents, one from 2020, the other from 2009.
This can't be true. It's all true. Mom and Dad really are criminals.
We're sorry, Miss Loud, but now comes the time for you to learn the real truth on Lincoln.
Lori, Lincoln was not born in Royal Woods. He was born here in North Dakota in 2009. He was never a native Michiganer, like your parents claimed.
Lincoln, well, I also regret to inform you that for a full year, you have been taking care of someone else's child.
Officers, please. I know that I am not on the adoption papers. I just need more time to get Mom and Dad's name off of them so I can get custody of him.
That is where the Lincoln part of the investigation comes in. Don't bother with a lawyer, Miss Loud. You will not win in court.
Well, that is not a very nice thing to say. I have the adoption papers. I just need a lawyer and I will be able to adopt Lincoln.
I didn't mean it like that, Lori. I said that, because, it's true, you won't be able to win in court, when you have no adopted brother to begin with.
Wait, what do you mean? Of course Lincoln is my adopted brother. I have the papers that Mom and Dad left behind that I found a couple of days ago.
I'm afraid Lincoln is not adopted. He never was. The papers that you are talking about are forged documents.
No, that's a lie. Please tell me that's a lie.
Afraid not, Miss Loud, Lincoln was never a part of you. He was kidnapped and brought here from Roga City in 2009 at the time when you were 5 years old. I'm so sorry. Lincoln's entire existence during the duration of both your life and the Nickelodeon show has been nothing more than a lie.
This can't be happening to me.
The police has been on the hunt for those two for the last 9 to 10 years, but because of the Cartoon Protection Act, they were immune from prosecution, allowing them to get away.
On March 30, 2009, armed robbers raided Roga City Hospital, which at the time it was known as Maple Tree Hospital, and stole a large sum of cash, including Lincoln himself as a baby.
Not to mention, in our investigation, we were able to debunk the whole lie Lincoln being born while on the way to the hospital.
Officer Coley's right. Lori, the President and First Lady, never once met your parents, nor were they in the country at the time of that BS story they made up.
Your parents left not because they didn't want to tell you about Lincoln, but because the police were closing in on them, so they abandoned you and your sisters.
There is also recorded footage which shows them leaving on the day they left you and your sisters alone in Royal Woods, as well as a recording featuring the robbery of 2009.
I wish to see the recording of when my so-called mother and father abandoned me and my sister. Show me it.
We will, but we warn you, you may feel broken on what these two have been saying behind the back of you girls. Officer Alberson, present the 2020 recording.
Right away, sir. Here you go. This is the footage from the time that your parents were last seen in Royal Woods last year before they disappeared.
Thanks.
Alright Rita, the van is loaded and everything is packed. We're ready to go. We need to get going now. The police will be swarming this area at any second.
I know, darling. I know. I just had to do a couple of things before we leave. Our daughters are all asleep. Not one of them knows what is going on.
Good. Now that we have everything, we can leave this dump. Lori's 18 now. She can take care of our daughters on our own. I can't believe those three sold us out.
Have no fear, darling. We are under the protection of the Cartoon Protection Act of 1987. As long as our series continues to play on Nickelodeon, they can't do anything to us.
The best thing is, giving Lori that phone was the best idea you ever did, Rita. Lori's so obsessed with social media that she might not even remember her own name at this point. In fact, all 10 of our daughters are so stupid that they probably won't even know we are even gone. I guess it paid off to have girls after all. Before we snatched Lincoln from North Dakota, we could use scapegoats, and our daughters are the perfect ones to take the fall for us. Anyway, did you place the fake adoption papers and the fraudulent birth certificate outside the family file folder like I told you to?
I sure did. They are all in place, all set for Lori to find, if the dumb clone is smart enough to look away from her phone for 2 seconds.
Excellent. And with our show's popularity booming on Nickelodeon, I doubt we have to worry about anything concerning it. Chris Savino has already hired hundreds of workers in 2017, months before he got fired, and before our daughters and Lincoln decided to quit the show. Our idiot daughters think that the Loud House is going to die because they are not in it. But they got another thing coming, because, as soon as our daughters and Lynn can step out of that studio in early 2020, they are immediately going to be replaced with hand-drawn flash-made images of themselves, and the series is going to continue on from there, giving us protection from persecution. Sure, when the kids were on set since 2016, they already look like they're the hand-drawn versions on the poster, but that was mainly due to the cameras of Nickelodeon being designed in order to transform people into cartoon-based characters for television, which means
once Lincoln and the girls leave Nickelodeon this year, everyone who watches the show is not going to tell the difference between the original cast from seasons 1 through 4. They will still believe that the original girls and Lincoln are still there, when they are clearly not, allowing the show to continue on, and us to remain protected. Savino did the same thing with Clyde and everyone else in our show, so we have nothing to fear from the law.
Exactly. However, we still have to leave, due to Michigan law no longer abiding by the Cartoon Protection Act. If we leave the state, we're untouchable. If we stay here, we're finished. The only reason we were able to get away with it this long is because the case has been dead for 10 years, meaning someone brought it back up again, in North Dakota. Now whether it was those 3 idiot robbers, or anyone in North Dakota, is unknown, but the police here in Royal Woods found out somehow, and are everywhere.
Wait a minute, I think I may know who rotted us out. Let's get out of here, but before we go let's pay our old friend Sandoval a visit.
I thought you'd never ask.
But before we go, could you hold up our old poster one more time, darling?
Sure, Rita.
Ah, look at you. You look so handsome in it. They did a good job on copying your look when the cameras are on.
I doubt that very much. They can't even get my nose right. There's no way in hell my nose is that goddamn round.
That is the power of showbiz, darling. Now let's go.
And with the latest developments given to us by our latest sources, we have a reason to believe that the Royal Watch Sports are...
Wow, I wonder who that is?
Hello Ruiz, remember us?
What are you two doing here? Get out of my house right now before I call the police.
I knew it. I knew we shouldn't have told you about the North Dakota kidnapping. I knew you would throw us under the bus. You're Count Sandoval. You always have been.
No wonder your wife left you. You can never be trusted on anything.
I told you two for the last time, that I wanted nothing to do with the actions, who caused in North Dakota.
Well, tough shit. You are part of it now, whether you like it or not. And the police found out about our actions, and you throwing us under the bus. He's just pathetic.
I told you to Nimrod before, I do not support kidnapping, nor do I support people who trust their own daughter behind their back.
Bad move, sweetheart. We warned you before about turning on us, and we know you informed the police of what we have done ever since we confessed to you 3 months ago.
We should have known that you would be the one to squeal on us.
Hey, very good, Lynn. And that only took you 47 seconds to find out. Yeah, that's right. I was the one that informed the police. Your daughter deserves better, as well as that little boy, who you brainwashed into thinking it was born from you two. You two have gotten away with this crap long enough, and then you lie to innocent viewers when the cameras are on giving a stupid excuse about the First Lady helping you give birth, which, newsflash, no one is buying that bullshit story you told Lincoln in episode Not Allowed.
He almost found out, so we had to improvise back on Nickelodeon, and needless to say, the story worked like a charm. It got Lincoln off of our trail permanently. He, just like our doggers, is such an idiot. Along with the viewers who watched the first 4 seasons have our show. It is hilarious.
Alright, that's it, get out of my house.
Oh, we will. We just have to do something first.
Yeah, and what's that?
This.
Hey, what are you doing? Don't fuck around, man. No, wait, I can still help you out. No, don't kill.
I have no words. Why the fuck would my own parents, the ones who brought me into this world, think of me as if I was nothing? Why, am I fucking worthless to them? Do I mean nothing? Fine, they are no longer worthy of my or my sister's love, and are dead to us, and then they got the gall to then shoot the person who would have ended this suffering that we have to deal with. Why am I even alive? Was my birth a mistake? I think me being born was a mistake. I mean nothing to anyone. Why was I placed on this planet if the people that loved me hated me?
We are deeply sorry for you, Laurie. We heard that you had to hear that.
Your birth was not a mistake. I mean, so many people look up to you in their lives. Sure, you may have made some mistakes in the past, but that is part of being human.
Officers, I've almost destroyed my relationship with my brother because of my arrogance, all because of that phone. I almost destroyed my relationship with my boyfriend too.
Laurie, I understand you are in pain. We all are. But you need to keep it together for those you love. Be the person your parents never were, a good one.
I know. I am just so devastated. How would you feel if your parents didn't love you at all?
We would be heartbroken just as much as you are.
Laurie, I know you are in pain right now, but there's still one more piece of footage you must see.
Just show it to me already. I just want this to be over with.
Alright then. This footage will show you the truth on how Lincoln came into your life.
Alright maggots, we have about 10 minutes to pull off this heist before the RCPD arrive. We move and grab what we can out of the Roga City house safe from within Maple Tree, and get out before the law arrives.
Boss, why the hell are we robbing a hospital instead of a bank? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why not have us rob a Roga City bar while you're at it?
Silence, maggots. Before. The reason we are robbing Maple Tree Hospital is because I have been in contact with a couple and they paid us handsomely. In exchange for kidnapping a newborn baby boy, we will be awarded an extra $350,000 from the Maple Tree Hospital vault, doubling the amount of any bank robbery attempt. We will be making over $250,000 thanks to the $600,420 given to us by Lynn Loud Sr. and Rita Loud. Now let's get moving.
Mr. Lord, your wife has just finished receiving her medication after almost dying from giving birth to Lincoln 5 days ago. She should be up in about a half hour. After a half hour you will be able to take both your wife and baby boy home.
Oh good, I am so glad Maria is going to be alright, and at last we can finally take Lincoln home and start as a glorious family. Best of all, it won't be long until your due date occurs, Nurse Holland. I just know you will be a wonderful mother yourself in about 8 more months.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lord. I am so happy about being a future mother too.
Word.
Alright, all of you on the ground now. This is a robbery. Anyone who even moves will be shot on the floor now.
And just who in the hell do you think you are?
Anyone else wish to try and be smart? No, good. That's what I like to see. Morgan, enter the vault section and Raphael, look for the prize. I will watch the maggots and hear.
What do we do?
Nurse Holland, get down. Got him.
Or did you?
Impossible. I unloaded a full magazine on you.
It's called body armor, fool. Ha! Now to wait up for the boys.
Mission accomplished, sir. All the money has been packed in my backpack now.
Excellent. Now all that's left is the prize.
The recovery room, this is the place. There it is. Ha ha ha, you my friend, are going to make us big bucks. Ha ha ha, I've got the prize, sir. The boy is shoved in my backpack.
Good, now let's get the hell out of here. The couple is waiting. Let's go.
Just on time.
Did you do it?
Hell yeah, mission accomplished. We've dealt with some resistance at the hospital, but nothing we couldn't handle. Raphael, present the boy.
My pleasure, Gordon. Here you go. As promised, one boy snatched from Maple Tree Hospital.
White hair. That is something that is odd for a child. But no matter, you two did well. Here's your payment.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir.
Where did you get all that money, Mr. Loud?
That's simple. We paid all you men by stealing all the money from all 5 of our daughters' college funds. It is now dry, but no matter, they won't be needing it anyways.
I see.
Now we must leave out of North Dakota, and back to Royal Woods, Michigan. The RCPD will be swarming the entire city soon enough. Farewell.
We are very sorry, Lori. We truly are. Your parents never cared about you or your sisters. They were just using you to keep themselves out of trouble by having you star on TV.
Lincoln doesn't belong with you or your sisters, Lori. He belongs with his true family, the ones that truly brought him into this world before they were robbed of him.
You have to give him up, Lori. Don't be like your parents. Please do the right thing.
Lincoln doesn't belong with you or your sisters, he belongs with his real mother and father. Not being raised by strangers.
I can't, officer. He's my little Linky.
We can understand your pain, Miss Loud, as we don't blame you. You have been raised alongside the kid since you were 5 years old.
We will give you time to say your goodbyes. If you turn over Lincoln, you will not be held responsible for your parents' actions. We hope that you will make the right decision.
And if you don't, we will have no other choice but to arrest you, as you will be in violation of North Dakota Law Article 2784 and charged with kidnapping. The action could carry up to a maximum of over 40 years in prison. Please, Lori, please do the right thing. We don't want you to suffer in prison for what your parents had done.
I understand, officers.
Thank you, Lori. You are free to go.
Turn that beat over,